You have got to say to yourself, I cannot sit in this pity party. You can sit in there and go, blame somebody else is going to drag me forward and do it. People will try, but you still have to make that move. You still have to go forward and go, I want to get through this now, I'm going to go. So everybody, that's what you got to go. You got to say, this is not comfortable. I've got to get through it, and it's a passage in time.
Today's video is with Billingham, an incredible guy, and he talks exactly about how they get 100% out of you. And he's referring to how they did that in the military, and the British military to be specific, and how they squeeze the best out of you so you can become a special forces operator, how you can reach the higher rankings of the military. This is what they did to do that. Today's video is sponsored by Mulliganbrothers.com, the best motivational clothing brand in the world, where the new Rise and Grind t-shirts are out and the new book is out as well. It helps support this whole thing, so thank you so much. But before that, from one of the most decorated men in the Special Forces, Mark Billingham, how did they get more potential out of people? How did they squeeze more out of people? Let's find out in the video. I am your host, Jordan Mulligan. Let's jump into the video.
How much do you think people are leaving in their tanks? In life in general, I mean, a lot, you know,
50%.
A lot of people trying, yeah.
50%, because you know what it is? There's an old saying, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I wouldn't agree with that. I hate being uncomfortable. But in order to get achievements, it generally means being uncomfortable. And you've got that energy in your tank and that drive to do it. Just use it. Break through it. It doesn't matter. Like getting in that water this morning, I ain't getting it, it's cold. I know it's cold, but I'm gonna get in it. Because I can. I can, and I also have a choice. I can or I can't. Like I said, there ain't no can't. I can, so I'm gonna do it. And everybody's got the saying, no matter what it is. You've got it in there. You have got it in you. Everybody has. There's no excuses. Whether you've got a disease, whether you've got a problem, whether you've got a mental problem, you have. You've just got to go through it. The problem with, you know, the mental problem as well is that it's real. Of course it's real. But you've got to make the first move. Because no one else knows what's inside your head. No one. You have got to say to yourself, I cannot sit in this pity party. You can sit in there and go, blame somebody else is going to drag me forward and do it. People will try, but you still have to make that move. You still have to go forward and go, I want to get through this now, I'm going to go. So everybody, that's what you got to go. You got to say, this is not comfortable. I've got to get through it, and it's a passage in time. It's like anything, you know, we've all been through that roller coaster of, oh, I've got a load of money now, I've got nothing. Now I've got a bit of money, now I've got nothing. Now I'm feeling fit, now I ain't fit. Now I'm in a great relationship, now everybody hates me. It's a passage in time. It'll keep coming and keep going. But you've got to make the first move. Get out the pity party, because the only one in the pity party is you, and go forward. And it ain't going to be easy, and it's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it.
I think one of the things well, you've been in charge of a lot of people, you've been leaders of a lot of people, you've seen a lot of people's journeys on the show as well, and you know, is there a sadness to you to see people's potential like wasted away? Does it bother you? It
really does bother me. It bothers me a lot, and I'll give you a good example was, I think the Celebrity one 2 seasons ago, there was a young influencer. I didn't even know what an influencer was. I don't know the guy, but he's a nice young lad. But you know, everybody goes, yeah, the youth of today, of this, of that, the woke, the weak. I guess every generation says something similar. You know, so this young kid, especially now, everybody's talking about how the younger generation don't respect and they won't. He's a young lad. He had a lot in his tank. He had a lot of potential. But all he could think about was, it's easy to sit on a computer and make a lot of money. I can't be asked to push myself. I can't be asked mentality. And that really wound me up. Because he's still a good kid. He could have really put the younger generation on the map by showing, hey, but then in fact, and I'll give you a better example, or a better example in one way, that guy could have done that. He chose not to. He just, I'm going back to my lane, and that's a shame.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, one of the things we talk about a lot at Mulliganbrothers is inspiring change, and it literally can be, you know, you don't have to be some really famous person to do it. It's just by the way you lead your day, lead your actions, and step forward each day. And I think wasted potential is just a terrible example for the people, you know, who come after us. Is there an importance of leading in a certain way to make sure you are the example for other people?
Yeah, I think, you know, the tapestry of life is very similar. You know, we all go through being a little bit naughty, being a little bit rogue, what's important. I think there's a certain time in your life where you realise what is important. And, you know, I remember reaching that a long way back, just looking around me and thinking, it's not about materials, it's not about money, it's not about status, it's about actually look around us. Everything around us is for us, and most of what is really enjoyable out there is free. It's for everybody. You know, it's just realising that, and also realising, and I hate saying this, but it's very true, there is always somebody worse off than you. No matter what you've, even, you know, from the poorest to the poorest, there's still somebody worse. And realising that, and I think we're all in a position, especially us, we're very privileged, and I'm grateful for where I am. We should all give back. Every single day we should be giving back. No, I'm not talking that has to be finance, knowledge, experience. You know, we've lost that role model world now. I remember, again, I gravitated towards old people because I kind of knew he's already been through divorce, through finance, through the relationships, through fitness, through this. He's been round probably twice. So he can go to you, listen, son, forget all this, forget doing this, forget doing that, do this. Don't reinvent the wheel. And we kind of go, yeah, I get that. But we're still almost like, oh, don't touch that because that's hot. And we all go, oh yeah, that is hot. We still play with it, but at least I learn from that. You know, so it's about, we should all be in that position now to give back whatever it is to the younger generation, to the older, whoever. Pass on that experience to people and go, look, give that back, or give your time. But we do a lot of stuff with our charity in Haiti, giving kids a chance off the street. Those kids on the street have got nothing, and they're little rogues to everybody else, but they're not. They've just not got no role models. We've lost it. We're too scared. Sorry, I went off a little bit on a tangent there. So, you know, I'd go and speak with old people. You can't do that today because everybody's petrified because of the nonsense that we put out there. You know, somebody kicks a ball to me in the park now, a kid, the first thing I do is, where's your parents? It's crazy. And we're in a safer world now than we've ever been. We've got phones, we've got lights everywhere, there's more people about, there's cameras everywhere. But we scaremonger our own kids and everybody into, oh, everybody's a weirdo, and we're losing that. We're losing that male role model thing, and we shouldn't. And we're too scared to tell anybody the truth. That's the biggest thing in the world today as well. We're scared to tell the truth because we're going to upset somebody. Well, you know what? Life's about being upset. Life's about failing. But life's about getting back up again and moving forward. You need to be told sometimes because we all become cocooned in our little world and we don't see what everybody else sees around us. So it's good to be told. But we're too scared to say it. Oh no, we're going to upset. You know, I tell it, I say it.
Thank you so much to Mark. Mark's stuff is linked down below. Go check out his book with the Audible link. You can get a free copy of it. Today's video is sponsored by Mulliganbrothers.com, the best motivational clothing brand in the world, where you can now get the Rise and Grind t-shirts, and the new book is out as well. It helps support this, guys. 100% of the profits go back to making this content. I've always wondered if there is the next Michael Jordan out there, the next LeBron James, the next Usain Bolt, the next Cristiano Ronaldo, and the limiting factor is that they weren't willing to give 100%. And we hear about it all the time, especially, I see it a lot in basketball. It's the world I was involved in. And there'll be this raw talent, you know, freak of nature, 6'10", can jump out the gym, extremely fantastic at basketball, but he was the laziest guy on the team. And it's like, if he's working at 50%, what happens if he'd worked at 100%? How many people are out there who could have been the greats, but they just weren't willing to give it the potential? How many of you are out there who the extra 10% that you could give could take you to the next division, the next league, could get you that scholarship? You know, these are such fine margins that we're working with. And when it comes to success, athletics, artistry, whatever it is, those skills that people, those careers that people want to achieve and the high-end skills, it does come down to small percentages because there are people who are giving their lives to do this stuff. And those extra 10% is what makes the difference. It's something to think about. How do we squeeze more out of ourselves? What are we actually willing to give? And if it is 100%, how far away are you from 100%? Let's figure it out and then let's move towards 100% so we are getting the best out of us. And at least we're leaving no stone unturned. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I am your host, Jordan Mulligan. Go follow me on Instagram if you fancy talking to me. I will see you in the next one. Peace.